Partial birth abortion is a method of second and third trimester abortion. These procedures are not done very frequently, but they are done in fairly significant numbers.
The term partial birth abortion is a hype. It's a hype, it's a hype, it's a hype. It is a term that was concocted by PR people because it doesn't describe a medical procedure.
It was called partial birth abortion because it uses techniques that are similar to standard breech extraction in a delivery. And essentially, the baby is delivered feet first, right up to his head. And before the head is delivered to the cervix, because once the head is delivered, that's a person and has to be protected under the law. While that head is still in the birth canal, a pair of Metzenbaum scissors is used to pierce the base of the skull, and it's spread open, and the brains are literally suctioned out. This collapses the head. Of course, the baby's dead now, and now the baby's removed. That's what a partial birth abortion is, and it's used in late second trimester and third trimester abortions.
Partial birth abortions, there are over 4,000 at least that take place every year, and this killing takes place 6, 7, 8, and even sometimes in the 9th month of pregnancy. And so you have fully formed human beings whose life is taken.
The abortion ban supposedly seeks to outlaw a kind of procedure, and that procedure does not exist in any medical textbook, in any medical journal, in any medical article. It is something that was made up to have the effect that, in fact, they were hoping to have, but it is not medical.
What these nurses who had to actually assist in this procedure were just appalled by what they saw. And they are the ones that really brought this to the attention of the sponsors of the original bill back in 1995. And they were the ones that said, you know, look, I mean, we can assist on abortions, but this is just too far. I mean, the one nurse described the baby, the one abortion that she assisted on was this little baby who was delivered outside of the mother, and arms and legs were moving. And until the doctor thrust the scissors in the base of the skull, and the little arms and legs shot out, just like if you have a little baby in your hands and you let the baby sort of fall and the baby sort of spazzes out. Well, that's what this baby did, and then went completely limp. That was just too much for her, and I think it's too much for most Americans.
I believe that the reason that many of these senators and congressmen supported the bill was because the actual description of a partial birth abortion really opened up a window into all abortions.
I led the fight on the floor of the United States Senate to ban this procedure because, to me, you know, this sort of crossed the line for me and for many others. I mean, there are people who are adamantly in favor of abortion rights in the United States Senate who voted to ban this procedure. Senator Moynihan from here in New York, when he was in the United States Senate, said this is infanticide, not abortion.
I'm not sure why some of the pro-choice senators did vote to do that. I think you'd have to ask them. I really don't know. We know that this was a very hard decision for people. There was a lot of misunderstanding about this bill.
Well, I think that you can see the gruesome nature of this practice when you look at the individuals who supported the bill. The bill was supported not just by individuals who are pro-life, but by senators and congresspersons who have long been, quote, pro-choice or pro-abortion. Even individuals who are in favor of abortion recognize that this practice of partially extracting the baby from the mother's womb only to crush its skull and suck out its brains, literally, it ought not be permitted in a civilized society. So the bill was able to garner support not only from individuals who are pro-life, but also politicians who are pro-choice.
From a medical perspective, the way Congress went about its fact-finding, the way Congress drew its conclusions was not medically accurate.
We just believe that this is a barbaric procedure that is unsafe for women. The overwhelming medical evidence was that it's unsafe. It's an unsafe procedure. Secondly, that it is just horrific and is something that we should not condone in our society.
The way this procedure is described, in actuality in medicine, affects multiple different procedures that physicians would say, I no longer can do this or this or this or this, having the effect of outlawing abortions early in pregnancy, having the effect of making it so that physicians don't know what to do because they don't know what would be legal or illegal.
Partial birth abortion has a particularly disgusting aspect to it because it kills children that are much older in their lives. Partial birth abortion is done starting at about 23 to 24 weeks. At 24 weeks at the Albany Medical Center, the majority of children are perfectly capable of living outside the womb. Yes, they need considerable care, but most of those kids are going to live. And partial birth abortion is much more dramatic in most people's eyes because those children are so much bigger and they are capable of living outside the womb. Many people call it infanticide, and I really don't have any argument with that term.